Capricorn, hey, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we'll look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. Capricorn, happy day, happy April, happy Aries season. I hope things are going well for you. It's, it's been interesting collectively, the energy, the astrology, it's been really interesting. It's, we're in Aries season, so it's an opportunity to invest in ourselves and who we are and what we want to manifest. But we're coming up against a lot of resistance. A lot of people, situations that just like are not in alignment with what we want, i.e. Mercury and Venus are in retrograde until about mid-month. And so it's forcing us to go back to the drawing board. It's forcing us to, find some level of awareness, saying like, oh, this is what's happening, pinpointing, and then kind of like going back to the drawing board, making some adjustments, making some changes. And it's not easy because we're seeing things that are like validating, confirming what we think about people, about situations, especially when it comes to like some shadiness that's been popping up a lot, past people, past karmas, learning lessons, etc. And so we really need to be mindful of all of those things. And those things being highlighted is giving us the fuel to push forward. We just need to make sure that we're not doing it from that space of like arrogance or pride or, F you, because honestly, that's going to get us into way more trouble than what it's worth. So that's why I like starting off with an energy cleansing, just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out some of that block limitation that we might be coming into. It's a really good time to set your own intention for the reading as well, especially if you've come into this with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, what's going on, how it's moving, where it's headed, etc., or if you're just looking for more of a rebalancing of self, mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're operating from that space of alignment, when we feel good about ourselves, about who we are, about what we want, that's when we're actually choosing things that honor and fulfill our life, our happiness, etc. And we all deserve it, right? So if you resonate, vibe with my energy, I would love to help and support in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All that info is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it, Capricorn. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love, Amen. All right, Capricorn. I was worried that was going to get into my hair, fry off a part of my, it's a cute look, right? All right, Capricorn, let's get into it. Your energy is feeling like a little bit more settled than what it's been lately. I feel like you're kind of like making peace with some stuff. I feel like this is stuff that's been a long time coming. This is stuff that has been hard in the past, but I'm hearing like light at the end of the tunnel. You're finally seeing that like hope on the horizon, and it feels good. You're giving your power away, 100%, overarching energy. So it's like you were in a situation, in a dynamic with a person that like, it was easier to give your power away. It was easier to kind of succumb to their wants, their needs, than to like challenge the issue. This feels like someone who was like really kind of dominating. And I feel like on some level, maybe you didn't even understand how pushy and aggressive they were, right? Maybe they were just really good at like wrangling themselves in at the right time, right place, etc. But it just feels like someone who's like trying to force their agenda on you, right? Like they have an opinion, they have a thought, and they're trying to get you to think that too. And so it's like they're badgering you into acceptance. I feel like you've been a part of this for quite some time, and you're finally, like I said, yeah, I'm hearing that ringing in my ear. It's like you're finally getting out of it. You're finally seeing it, and you're finally getting out of it. But I think it's been a long go. I don't think this has been something easy as you know, as quick and simple as like, get out of my effing face, I don't want to see you anymore, and then that's it. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like this has been more of a learning and growth lesson for yourself. And basically, it's talking about how like the pressure that you are putting on you to be this ideal version of yourself is actually counterintuitive right now, right? Like, it's that value of like when we release, when we surrender, when we release control, it's just so much more peaceful. Even if we're like not where we want to be in that place, in that moment, in that time. There's something about just recognizing I can only do so much, you know? And this to me feels a lot like loving yourself, right? Eat some yummy shit, bacon, chocolate, beer, get some. I love that, right? Step away from the things, and it doesn't have to be food or beverage or whatever. This is just like whatever you are stressing yourself out about, whatever unrealistic expectations you're putting on yourself right now can really just make you, it's just like not working for you. It's not working for your energy is what this is saying. It's actually putting you in a place where you're becoming or feeling subservient to someone, something else. You're too much in your head. I think you need a unbiased perspective, someone who's not in the issue, someone who's not in, and I would even say like maybe it doesn't have to be like a BFF or, you know, whatever. This feels like someone you can trust, someone you can confide in for wisdom, for strength, for kind of like seeing things from a different vantage point, whether it's like life wisdom, whether they're therapist, counselor, an elder, someone you respect, etc. This is someone who you know is not just going to give you an answer that you want to hear, right? But that's kind of humbling right now because I feel like you're running on a lot of like pride and ego. I'm not saying that in a rude way, but I'm saying that in the way that like you just want everything to be okay. It's like you're so desperately crossing your fingers, but it's turned into this thing where you're not listening to yourself. You're not appeasing your own energy. You're actually letting something else run your life, essentially. And there's other things around you. And I feel like you had other things around you. Maybe you've even sacrificed some things in order to appease this energy in a way that you thought was going to benefit you in the long run. Okay, we get King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You could be dealing with another earth sign. Or this just feels like someone who is really set in their ways, is really stubborn, and this is someone who likes control. It feels like the lower vibrational part of the King of Pentacles. It feels, yeah, 100% with that Knave of Wands, Page of Wands. So this is someone who has a pattern and keeps doing it over and over and over again. And either you're giving them too many outs, too many hall passes, or you're not setting good enough boundaries for yourself. Because it kind of looks like they're at it again, is what I'm seeing. Sorry, but sorry, not sorry. I just have to read what the cards are saying. I try to be, well, honest and truthful. But yeah, like it's someone who's, you know, they're at it again. You're seeing this. Here's the thing. It's not even like you're seeing this a little bit more blatantly in your face. And this does look like someone, well, here's the thing. They're committed to themselves. That's what I'm saying. They're committed to themselves. And you're in this space where you're like, you don't really like want to engage, be a part of the toxicity anymore. I feel like there's other people who have information, insight about this person, about this situation that you could connect with. And understand, but this might be something that you're kind of blocking. I don't know. I would say be very careful about this energy, Capricorn, because it feels like it can be a slippery slope. If you give someone too much of a hall pass, it's gonna hurt you in the long run, right? It's gonna hurt you in the long run. And as much as I see you saying, like, I don't want to be a part of this, I am like trying to change this, that, and the other, be more balanced, take a balanced approach to life. At the same time, you're still kind of sitting around and waiting, you know? And I don't know if this is coming back to like whatever morals, values you have. I have to treat them with kindness, with respect, or I have to give them X, Y, and Z because I promised them, or whatever. Like, it's kind of one of those gray areas where like you're thinking you're a bad person because you need better boundaries, but that's where you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because you don't want to create the boundaries. You don't want to create the boundaries, and if anything, it's kind of like allowing a little bit more toxicity to come into the air. Again, i.e. why your first card is giving your power away. You are a badass. Act like it, Capricorn. This is taking some initiative, not being afraid. Again, in the very beginning, I was picking up that bullying energy. You look like you're preparing yourself for when you do maybe have to like stand up against them, but I feel like there's a lot of fear. That's what I'm picking up off of you. There's a lot of fear. And basically what this is saying, the conversation is going to go the same way regardless. So what you're feeling afraid of, what you're feeling stressed out by, whether you do it now or you do it in 3 weeks, it's going to be the same result, you know? And I'm a huge believer in like giving yourself space, like right timing, knowing when it feels good for you. What I will say to you, Capricorn, is it does feel like you might be using that excuse a little bit too much. I would encourage you to really do some hard thinking and strategizing, analyzing. Can you make what you want happen given the circumstances, right? Like if this is walking away from someone, do you have the capacity to do it, the support, the stability in the areas that you need right in this moment, or do you need to get a few things in order before you do, is basically what I'm trying to get at. You're strong, you're powerful, and you have the time that you need. My caution, or what I'm seeing in this reading, is basically making sure that you're not letting something seep back in because it's been a pattern, because it's been a habit, a routine, a natural cycle. This is being passionate about what's on the horizon, the potential, not getting stuck in giving your power away to someone who just doesn't deserve it, you know? Or like, because it feels a lot like an energy of someone who's used to living that way. That's how they deal with people, relationships, is they take and they take and they take and they suck people dry. And you're kind of in this space where it's like, maybe you don't want to believe that, but you're seeing that more and more and more, and you're trying to figure out how to get out of it, how to move through it. And, you know, be a little bit nicer to yourself, right? Try not to be too, put too much pressure. Try not to stress yourself out too much. Try not to put unrealistic expectations on yourself. Those things right there are just going to give you so much clarity, so much more peace. So thank you so much for your time, energy, always, Capricorn. I hope this reading helped. I hope this you found messages that resonate for you here. Excuse me. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share it in a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.